we're going to jump into the Grandiose Grape Wine Festival details. Because, this is something that I think has just a fantastic footprint. We mentioned you have all that open parking space back there, and really that becomes the actual, the footprint of the actual festival itself. And I know I don't want to steal any of your thunder because you can share all the details of it, but it's such a cool event because it brings out a lot of people in the community. They look forward to it. They come back year after year. The quality of wines is fantastic, but then the actual food that's provided that Chef Derek Dollar does as well. It's all right there in one location.
Yep.
I mean, it's easy to kind of stay put and do your thing and be in a comfortable environment. Got great live entertainment. Walk us through, the history of that event, why it landed on this particular date, where you see that thing going. Just lay it all out for us. For those, for example, if somebody hasn't been to it before, what would you share with them?
So to say how I got started, so conveniently, I'm from the Gulf Coast, Pensacola area, and I would go over to the Destin Wine Festival periodically. And Randy McRae, he would also sometimes attend that festival, and it is a big blowout showcase. I mean, it's Sandestin Resort, and they don't hold back on anything. Okay. They got more money to know what to do with, and they'll let you know.
Yeah.
But it's a big fun time and great food, great drink, great atmosphere. It's kind of like in its own little pocket, like kind of like what Grandiose is. Mm-hmm. But that's kind of how it got started. It was like, hey, if they can do this, I want to do this too.
Welcome back to another episode of Roswell Brew Talks. I'm Andy Williams, President and CEO of Visit Roswell. We are the city's official destination marketing organization charged with the promotion of tourism throughout the city of Roswell. And special thanks to our sponsor for Roswell Brew Talks, Wellstart North Fulton Hospital. They're the reason we're able to put these on, and we appreciate everything that they do for the community. And we're going to jump into a special guest that we have on today, really a restaurant that has truly become a staple in the community. It's been here for quite a long time. It's very successful, has plenty of space, so they're able to do some really cool things with reserving group space. A lot of different types of business brought in as well. And before we get into that, I want to introduce Matt Wood. He is the general manager of the Mill Kitchen and Bar. Matt, it's a pleasure to have you on. We're going to have a good time today.
Yeah, fortunate. Thank you for being here. I got the message saying, hey, we would love to have you on, talk about the restaurant, talk about what you guys going on, and honored to be here.
Yep, absolutely. And the Mill is such a cool spot because one of those things I've noticed is whenever you mention restaurants in Roswell, whether it's just a referral for a reservation or maybe private, space that needs to be blocked off or a special event, a party, reception, whatever the case, the Mill Kitchen and Bar always seems to pop up. And, Randy McRae's behind that. He's got a number of other restaurants throughout the metro Atlanta area. But Matt, just kind of tell us about the history of the Mill's success and how it's become such a staple in the community.
Yeah, the Mill's been around for 13, 14 years now. Mm-hmm. And like you said, they're a staple in the neighborhood. And that's kind of what the foundation is. Randy, I've been working with Randy for 3.5, almost 4 years now. Started at Max Chop House and Max Raw Bar over in Marietta Square.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. Probably one of the most underrated metro Atlanta restaurants out there.
Yeah.
Seriously. But that's like his hard drive is, hey, we're a neighborhood restaurant. We're in the neighborhood. We're not in, we're not in Buckhead. We're not in the city. Mm-hmm. You're not having to fight for your own parking. He truly drives that. We're going to be an elevated restaurant, but we're never going to leave that neighborhood feel.
Yeah.
So you can come in for a nice dinner. You can come in, have a great cocktail, have great service, and we're not going to charge you an arm and a leg like you'd find in some other places.
Yeah.
So he's really driving that. Elevated service, elevated food, elevated drinks, but I want you to feel like you're part of the community, part of the neighborhood. That's our big focus.
Well, the Mill, the location, it's right there at Roswell Town Square, historic Town Square. Mm-hmm. And one of the really, I think, big selling points is there's open parking, big lot in the back.
Yes, definitely.
Easy to get in and out of. It's got a really cool, authentic feel to Roswell right there in the historic district. So you guys have done a fantastic job with it. And, we were chatting earlier, too. We talk about the different types of business you get, and you're telling me, man, homecoming rolls around, and you got 400 people rolling through there throughout the night, just because of everything taking place. So you guys kind of get a lot of different types of business, right? Corporate, leisure, everything under the sun.
Everything. I mean, this past Saturday we had a wedding going on upstairs, a wedding reception anyway. Then the next day we had to turn around and do a 80-person baby shower.
Yeah.
And between all that, we did 400 reservations coverage for all the homecoming attendees and their families too, all the parents too.
Yeah.
You have mom and dad dropping off little Becky for her homecoming dance and for dinner, and then mom and dad, they like to pony up to the bar and say, "Hey, look, my daughter's grown, and I need a glass of wine."
That's right, and great big bar too. If you haven't been, one of the cool things about the mill is that there's plenty of space. Big patio outside, covered pavilion area. It looks really nice. You got porch dining. You got dining in the bar area, private dining in the back, but then you also have on the second floor that private event space that can be rented too. So it really is. I mean, it lends itself to a lot of different things that can take place there.
Yeah, that's our loft space upstairs, and it fits about 60 people comfortably, and it's nice. It's kind of separate from the rest of the restaurant, so you don't get the hustle and bustle of all that. You got your own bar, you got your own amenities. You almost get your own entrance as well, especially on the weekends when you have valet. You walk up, it's right there, so you get like your own little private area. And people, they love that little area. People love the Barrington room where it's kind of like a sunroom. It's nice, got that little garden feel to it. But yeah, we've got plenty of banquet spaces that really service whatever your needs are, honestly. It can be a small, quaint little bridal luncheon right before the big day, or it can be, a reception we're doing one for 225 people as like a thank you appreciation that a company's doing, and they're doing a big blowout for all their staff, and we accommodate those too. And it's fun to serve those because you're feeling important on these people's special day. You're kind of leaving like a lasting mark on someone.
Yeah, sure.
It's like, hey, this is like your big day. I'm a part of this. I'm honored to be part of this. And to make people feel that much more special and that much cared for, that's what drives our hospitality.
Absolutely.
The tender and the attention to detail and care for all that.
Yeah, 100%. Well, and outside of that even, one of the things I think that you guys do so strongly is your programming. I've been to several of those, like, the guys' nights with the whiskey and the cigars and everything. And we're going to talk about your big event, really, the Grandiose Grape Wine Festival that's coming up here in less than a month. You've got actually something in between, something that you guys have started that's really cool, those community dinners on Town Square. Can you elaborate? We've actually shared some information on that because that is really such a cool thing that you guys are doing in such a cool location. Right there, it's not on the mill's property. It's actually in Town Square property, which is park space, but it's right there across from the restaurant. And it looks really cool. I know Chef Derek Dollar does a great job with that. Give us a little bit of elaboration on what that looks like.
Yeah, so it's really Chef Derek Dollar's brainchild. It is his little baby. He started over at Milton's in Milton and did right there across the street from in like their little park area. So, or they call it like the garden dinners or garden dinner series. So that's his little baby that he likes to put on. And it's a great event because if you go to say like a typical wine dinner, you sit at random tables with random people, and that's fun. You get like little plates of food that has like 2 or 3 bites. You get 2 or 3 sips of wine. It's like 7 people or 7 plates. And then usually you have a guy in a suit talking about who knows what. I'm a somm, and no one wants to hear about dirt and what the sun was doing that year. And it rained on July 2nd, and that's why the grapes are taste like. No one cares about that. What they want to do is they want to learn about the food, have a good time with the wine, have a good time with their neighbor, have a good time with their friends, meet new friends and neighbors. And that's what this park center does. We do one long table. It's not like separate tables. So it's one long table under the lights in the park. The weather is always perfect. Knock on wood, it's always perfect. But we do everything family style drinks, family style cocktails. I put on a big cocktail bar with course out wine pairing for all the food. And then we do everything on large family size platters. So everybody kind of eats and enjoys together. Everyone kind of gets to know each other. The drive is, you come as strangers, or you leave as friends. Or you leave as a brand new neighbor. And you learn something about the people sitting across from you. Because I can sit across from you, not know anything about you. And then the next day, we're like, hey, you want to go play golf?
That's right.
So that's kind of what this whole thing is. And everyone leaves. Everyone has a great time. Everyone says, wow, I never thought I'd really enjoy it this much. I thought we were just kind of going to like a little fun wine dinner, but you guys knocked it out of the park. I learned. We had so much fun. When's the next one? I want to be a part of it. What else you got going on? So it's a great way for us to really kind of showcase what we can do food and beverage wise, but it's also an excuse for people to get out on a nice Sunday, enjoy time with each other, be with friends, make new friends, and really just have, again, a fantastic time.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of getting out on the weekend, we're going to jump into the Grandiose Grape Wine Festival details because, this is something that I think has just a fantastic footprint. We mentioned you have all that open parking space back there, and really that becomes the actual, the footprint of the actual festival itself. And I know I don't want to steal any of your thunder because you can share all the details of it. But it's such a cool event because it brings out a lot of people in the community. They look forward to it. They come back year after year. The quality of wines is fantastic, but then the actual food that's provided that Chef Derek Dollar does as well. It's all right there in one location.
Yep.
I mean, it's easy to kind of stay put and do your thing and be in a comfortable environment. Got great live entertainment. Walk us through, the history of that event, why it landed on this particular date, where you see that thing going. Just lay it all out for us. For those, for example, if somebody hasn't been to it before, what would you share with them?
So to say how I got started, so conveniently, I'm from the Gulf Coast, Pensacola area, and I would go over to the Destin Wine Festival periodically. And Randy McRae, he would also sometimes attend that festival, and it is a big blowout showcase. I mean, it's Sandestin Resort, and they don't hold back on anything.
Okay.
They got more money to know what to do with, and they'll let you know.
Yeah.
But it's a big fun time and great food, great drink, great atmosphere. It's kind of like in its own little pocket, like what Grandiose is. Mm-hmm. But that's kind of how it got started. It was like, hey, if they can do this, I want to do this too. No one really has that kind of event where it's in its own little area. We have a great time. It's kind of people in the neighborhood that kind of come out. So that's how kind of Grandiose Grape got started.
Okay.
With all that, it's a great time because it's in our parking lot, and actually we have valet service. You just pull up, valet takes your car, we park it for you. So you don't have to fight for parking either. Mm-hmm. Now I know it can be kind of tight around that little the historic area. It can be a little tight for parking sometimes.
Sure. And
you have to walk back to and from your car. So we take care of that first and foremost.
Right.
But this year we're kind of just we're going to blow it out. And we're Roswell's only premier wine festival. Mm-hmm. We're able to showcase some of the great wines. I've been really hands-on, kind of picking out the wines. We have 24 tables.
Okay.
And each table is going to have about 4 or 6 wines.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be a lot.
Yeah.
Plus, I've got book Kettle One. They're going to do a private cocktail tent. They had
cool.
The espresso martinis were flowing last year.
Yeah.
We've got another cocktail tent. Fortunately, New Realm. They've kind of come in and they're helping us out as well.
Okay.
They are actually, we have our own beer now. The mill has their own. We call it the Mills Pilsner.
There you go.
So they're showcasing that. It's kind of like a big debut. Derek, he's working on he's got the food down right now as well. So it's gonna be a blowout this year.
Yeah. Well, I'll say if you've never attended to, you just go from tent to tent, table to table,
right.
Really enjoying. But the food is right there too. Big food tent, and when I say it's an elaborate spread, it's an elaborate spread.
Yeah, we don't hold back.
Yeah. Nobody is going unhungry. The rest of the day. And it really is a good time. And so, let's talk about the actual quality of wines. You talk about you've been hands-on on selecting
yes.
those wines. What are some of those things? Do you go heavy on white, or since it's fall, do you trend a little bit red? Or is it a healthy mix of kind of everything in between?
It's very much a healthy mix.
Okay.
And this year we've kind of emphasized a little bit. Like last Monday, I booked Camus. Camus is on board.
Yeah.
I've got finished up with just Austin Hope. We got some other kind of high-end wines. Another one, they're actually in Smyrna. They're a tasting room, but they supply all their wines from California.
Okay.
Now, high-end places like Howell Mountain, Calistoga. They've got another one from Rutherford, which are like not. If you see like Howell Mountain, you're going, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Restaurant, that's about $200 a bottle.
Yeah.
And they're bringing it to us for like a quarter of that.
Oh my gosh.
So it's wines that we've been really hands-on. We've been kind of emphasizing like, hey, we're going all out. This needs to be a VIP experience.
Yeah.
And a lot of these wine festivals, you go in, you pay $150, you kind of have some lukewarm food, you get like a few tastes of decent wine, nothing great, but decent wine, and then you go home. You're like, well, what did I get out of it? Mm-hmm. Here, we're gonna make sure that you have plenty to drink, you have plenty to eat, and also you can buy the wine at the end of the day.
Sure.
So if you say like, hey, I discovered something new, I've never had a Côte de Rhône or whatever it is that was this good, or hey, I didn't know that Caneros had phenomenal Chardonnay. I really like this stuff. Then we're like, whoa, here it is for sale.
Yeah.
So we're going to sell it at a great retail price. It's nothing obnoxious or anything.
Yeah.
So you can leave the next day and purchase some wines, and you'll have it ready to go. I think like 2 days later, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So it's a great way for you to try some things, try some new things, learn a lot as well, have a good time. But again, have a great time with your friends and your neighbors, make new friends along the way, and then we call it a little fridge stocking for the holiday season.
Yeah. There you go. I like that. Well, and speaking of I like to refer to them as motivational beverages, whether it's wine, a Kettle One cocktail, one of your beers. People get loosened up a little bit.
Right.
They like live music. They like entertainment. What do you guys have planned this year?
So we got an 80s cover band. So
all right.
I'm really looking forward to the some really bad dancing, some really bad
It'll
dance
happen.
moves. Oh yeah. That's my favorite part is the bad dancing.
Yeah, well, I don't think you can go wrong with anything 80s cover band, too, especially in this town. That's
no.
for sure. Yeah. And one other thing, and we're going to share information on how individuals can get tickets and everything and have access to more details and information. But something new for this year is everything's VIP.
Right.
So talk to us about how that came to be.
So last year we did, the previous years we done like a VIP section, and it's like you spend a little bit more, but you get, a little sitting area with some elevated food, some elevated wines that are kind of reserved for that. And this year we're going, why are we holding back? We're kind of holding back ourselves. We're kind of limiting what we can do. Let's just take the governor off. Let's just open it up for people and let people enjoy the nicer things. Because we ran into it last year where people are going, hey, I really want to try this wine, but I'm not a VIP and I didn't get a VIP ticket because it was too late and they sold out and so on and so forth. So we're like, I hear what you're saying, and actually we're going to, if you want it, by all means, you'll have it. So we've decided to take the restrictions off, or we charged a little bit more this year. I think it's $125 per ticket, but we said, it's all you want. So we're kind of taking that governor off. We're telling people let you enjoy. If you want the wines, we're not going to hold you back. You're here to enjoy. You're here to learn. You're here to have a fun time. You're here to try some really cool wines and some things you never had of. Yeah. Some things you probably have had before. Yeah. So that's kind of the whole motivation of the VIP is that we want to treat everyone like VIP. Why separate it out from VIP to standard? Everyone's going to be a VIP.
Love it. So November 8th, 2 to 5 p.m. Individuals looking to purchase tickets, find out more information. Matt, where can they go?
So right on our website, it's themillkitchenbar.com. We have it right there. It says Grandiose Grape. I think it's a purple-ish logo. It's big, bold letters, Grandiose Grape. Next to it is our park dinner tickets as well. Then I think below that, we just started our turkey drive. So we are doing turkeys to purchase. We'll go and cook them off, and the Thanksgiving feast, if you would. So that's available right there. We just opened that up the other day. But yeah, right there on our website, it's big, bold letters right in front of you.
Got it. Always got something on. Matt, it's been a pleasure to have you on. We appreciate it. Appreciate everything that you guys at the Mill Kitchen and Bar do, how plugged in you are into the community, the programming that you have going on, just those three things you mentioned right there. That's enough to kind of pack your calendar for the next month or so. So we appreciate you, man, and it's been a pleasure to have you on, and cheers.
Absolutely. Thank you.